Pakistan fears an Indian Rafale airstrike.
India on the offensive in another 18 to 24 months, as it receives and operationalizes a sizable number of Meteor-equipped Rafale from France.
Pakistan fears Indian air superiority.
Only this time, she would venture deeper than 5 kilometers and engage multiple targets to stamp its superiority in the aerospace domain.
This video from an Air Pass seminar in Pakistan before the induction of Rafales shows how the Rafales have spooked Pakistan. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh warns of China-Pakistan collusion.
पहले पाकिस्तान और अब चीन के द्वारा भी मानो एक मिशन के तहत सीमा पर विवाद पैदा किया जा रहा है.
Is the political divide weakening India's response to the twin threats at the borders? That's our top focus on India First. And that's the big question we are posing on the show. There's also breaking news coming in. Mehbooba Mufti has been released. I'll get you details. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Action-packed 30 minutes lined up. Let's get started. So after 14 months in detention, Mehbooba Mufti has been released. She was detained under the Public Safety Act in the Kashmir Valley. Former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, PDP Chief Mehbooba Mufti has been released from detention. Omar Abdullah and Farooq Abdullah, remember, two former Chief Ministers of the state had been released earlier. The order for Mehbooba Mufti's release was passed earlier this evening. Her daughter, of course, described her detention as illegal. Omar Abdullah welcomed the release of Mehbooba Mufti. She is to hold a press conference on Friday on the road ahead. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Ashraf Vani for more on this. Ashraf, bring us details about the timing of the release of Mehbooba Mufti.
Yes, Gaurav, absolutely. Basically, there was a lot of pressure on the government to release the Mehbooba Mufti, former Chief Minister, from her detention. Her daughter, a few days back, had approached to the Supreme Court that why the former Chief Minister, only leader, is in the detention, and the Supreme Court had directed the central government to come with the response of the queries why the Mehbooba Mufti is under detention. That is why now the Mehbooba Mufti has been released. Today or tomorrow, the government, the state administration of the Jammu and Kashmir had to took this step, and they have took it earlier now, as already Umar Abdullah, the former Chief Minister, Farooq Abdullah are already free, and only Mehbooba Mufti was in house detention, and she has been now released. After 2 days, on Friday, she is going to address a press conference. It will be very interesting to see what will be the future course of Mehbooba Mufti and her party.
Oh, absolutely.
In Kashmir.
Oh, it remains to be seen what course will the National Conference, the PDP, the BJP, the national and the other parties, bigger and smaller ones in the valley, take in the times to come. We'll be tracking that story. But I want to shift focus to the big controversy created by former Chief Minister and Member of Parliament from Srinagar, Farooq Abdullah. So he wants 370 back. He wants China's help for it. Tremendous criticism across the country. Congress Party's senior leader and former External Affairs Minister, former Law Minister Salman Khurshid, he's actually supported Farooq Abdullah, saying that this is a result of the activities of the government. Take a look at what Salman Khurshid said and the big political controversy over Farooq Abdullah's statement.
उन्होंने आर्टिकल 370 को लेकर ये कहा कि हमें ये कबूल नहीं है, और जब तक आप आर्टिकल 370 को रिस्टोर नहीं करेंगे हम रुकने वाले नहीं हैं। अल्लाह करे कि उनके इस जोर से हमारे लोगों को मदद मिले और हमारा ये 370 और 35A रिस्टोर हो।
Anger and outrage over Kashmir's strongman and former J&K Chief Minister Farooq Abdullah's controversial statement seeking China's help to bring back Article 370. Activists of the Dogra Front demanded termination of the National Conference Chief's Lok Sabha membership.
और इनके जितने भी जम्मू के कार्यालय हैं इनको बंद करो, सील करो और इनको चाइना रवाना करो और इनको हिंदुस्तान के अंदर चुनाव लड़ने की अनुमति इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया को नहीं देनी चाहिए.
Now listen in to what Farooq had said that stirred up the storm in the first place.
उन्होंने आर्टिकल 370 को लेकर ये कहा कि हमें ये कबूल नहीं है और जब तक आप आर्टिकल 370 को रिस्टोर नहीं करेंगे हम रुकने वाले नहीं हैं क्योंकि तुम्हारे पास अब ये खुला मामला हो गया है. अल्लाह करे कि उनके इस जोर से हमारे लोगों को मदद मिले और हमारा ये 370 और 35A रिस्टोर हो.
Despite raging protests, Congress leader Salman Khurshid tweeted saying J&K mishandling by the government was apparent in Farooq Abdullah's statement on Article 370. The BJP wasted no time in lashing out at the Congress while condemning Farooq Abdullah.
ये चचेरे ममेरे भाई हैं. As far as Farooq Abdullah and Rahul Gandhi are concerned, they are two sides of the same coin. एक ही सिक्के के दो पहलू. दोनों के इसी प्रकार के वचन रहे हैं. मोदी जी से घृणा करते करते अब ये हद हो गई है कि ये लोग अब देश से घृणा करते हैं, अब ये भारत से घृणा करते हैं, अब ये हिंदुस्तान से घृणा करते हैं.
Behind the BJP's attack on the Congress is the repeated attacks by Rahul Gandhi questioning the Modi government's handling of the line of actual control standoff.
प्रधानमंत्री अपने आप को देशभक्त कहता है और पूरा देश जानता है कि चाइना की सेना हिंदुस्तान के अंदर. कैसा देशभक्त है ये? मैं आपको बता रहा हूं, हमारी सरकार होती ना उठा के फेंक देते चाइना को बाहर. 15 मिनट नहीं लगते. उठा के हमारी सेना, हमारी वायु सेना उठा के चाइना को 100 किलोमीटर पीछे कर देती.
Ever since Article 370 was revoked, Pakistan has been trying to raise the issue at every international forum with China's help. Now, 2 days after Farooq's statement, China has issued a statement that it doesn't recognize Ladakh. The Pak-China tango is clearly out in the open.
थी हमारी उत्तरी और पूर्वी सीमा पर पैदा की गई स्थितियों से भी आप भली भांति परिचित हैं. पहले पाकिस्तान और अब चीन के द्वारा भी मानो एक मिशन के तहत सीमा पर विवाद पैदा किया जा रहा है.
Politics aside, the situation on the front lines remains volatile, and while forces are deployed to thwart any misadventure by the adversary, it's high time our netas leave the politicking and keep India first. With Ashraf Wani in Srinagar and Sunil G. Bhatt in Jammu, Bureau Report, India Today.
Just how spooked is Pakistan since India got the Rafales? In fact, even before the Rafales arrived in India, Pakistan was spooked. How do we know that? There was an Air Pass seminar in Pakistan in March 2020, and listen in to Air Vice Marshal Amir Fayaz as he expresses Pakistan, their community's fear about Indian Air Force strikes deeper than Balakot and with a bigger impact. Listen in.
I would imagine India on the offensive in another 18 to 24 months when it receives and operationalizes a sizable number of Meteor-equipped Rafale from France. Only this time, she would venture deeper than 5 kilometers and engage multiple targets to stamp its superiority in the aerospace domain. I imagine Indian willingness to spread the conflict in air beyond Kashmir and possibly over the international borders.
And is this why Pakistan is desperate for dialogue with India? I want to quickly bring in my colleague Shiv Arur for more on this. And Shiv, this Air Vice Marshal in that Air Pass seminar actually expresses Pakistan's fears. The truth about Balakot is out. Indian Air Force went in and struck. And two, they fear next time with the Rafales and the Meteors, the strike would be deeper and harder.
Gaurav, this video is from a few months ago, at least 5 to 6 months ago, and it has inexplicably gone viral once again. I imagine because, the Rafales have just been inducted and they're all over the place right now. But the fact is, what the Pakistani Air Marshal says is absolutely true. Technically speaking, there's no chest beating here. The Mirages were used for the Balakot airstrikes. If the Rafales ever need to be used for a mission of that kind, and they're certainly much better equipped than the Mirages to do such a thing, yes, technically, theoretically, the Air Marshal is right. They will be able to go much further in. They've got, far superior stealth characteristics. They've got electronic warfare systems. They've got jamming equipment that can, keep them in the air for much longer and less vulnerable to attacks from the ground and from other aircraft. They've got long-range weaponry that will allow them to penetrate deeper. So on all of those aspects, it's a very simple thing to say. It's a far superior aircraft. It's a generation ahead. It's got all manner of electronic equipment that would, keep it safe from enemy attacks, both on the ground and in the air. So absolutely, I'm in full agreement with what the Pakistani Air Marshal has said, that if the Rafale is used for a similar or an identical sort of mission where it needs to cross into contested airspace, it would be in the air much longer, travel far deeper, and perhaps be able to attack many more targets than the Mirages can. So he's totally right.
Which brings me to that question: why were some people in our own country opposing the arrival of these Rafale fighter jets? What games are being played in our country at this point of time? I have a very good panel of guests on the broadcast. I have Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh joining me on the broadcast, former Deputy Chief. I have Sanju Verma, spokesperson of the Congress, Salman Nizami and Iftikhar Misgar join me from the Valley. And let me start by you, Salman Nizami. Why would somebody like Salman Khurshid, who's been External Affairs Minister of our country, be in support of Farooq Abdullah's statement that China's help is needed for Article 370 to come back in the Valley?
Well, I don't endorse what Dr. Farooq Abdullah has said. It is his politics, and let him clarify. For me, Article 370 is India's internal matter. But you can't deny the fact that China is still inside our territory. Important is not what Dr. Farooq Abdullah said, but important is that what the Chinese defense minister has said. He has claimed that entire Ladakh is ours. So that is a matter of concern. Second, where are those BJP leaders today who claim that after revocation of Article 370, terrorism will end? The situation is in front of you now. Yesterday also we saw a terrorist attack in Kashmir, and now Chinese are inside our territory. So for how long you will divert the public attention from this issue?
Okay, so there are 2 points you've raised. Are the Chinese inside our territory? The general will respond to that. But the question that you raised, Sanju Verma, you must respond to this very important point. Salman Nizami speeches, nahi, brief interventions by every guest, please. Sanju Verma, where are BJP leaders or the government when the Chinese say entire Ladakh belongs to them? Why is India silent?
Okay, Gaurav, I just want to tell you that in your introduction you said I'm a spokesperson of the Congress. You stand corrected. I'm the national spokesperson of the BJP. I wouldn't go to the Congress come hail or storm.
Of the BJP.
Having said that, on a more serious note...
Oh, absolutely. Go on. Facts of matter, please.
Yeah. Having said that, on a more serious note, Gaurav, I just want to say that this statement by Farooq Abdullah asking Beijing and the Chinese to intervene to revoke the revocation of Article 370, are you surprised? I am not. Because look at the history of the Abdullahs. His father, Sheikh Abdullah, did not allow Syama Prasad Mukherjee to enter Jammu and Kashmir in 1953, saying you do not have a permit to enter Kashmir. Don't forget that on 25th February 1948,
fair enough, madam. What is wrong? Why is the government taking no action?
At the United Nations, he clearly advocated for separate electorates for Hindus and Muslims.
Why is action not being taken?
Advocated the two-nation theory. So I think the revocation of Article 370 has allowed masks to fall off. I am so glad that the mask of the Abdullahs has worn thin and fallen off. We can see them for who they are. In their hatred for Modi, they've become anti-national, they've become anti-India.
If it is illegal, will your government take action, or will there only be press conferences and point scoring?
And let me tell
They
you
are
one
the
more
same
thing.
people who praised him when he chanted Bharat
you're
Mata Ki
putting
Jai
us
in
in the
Delhi.
dock. Let
And
me
now
ask
Farooq
you one
Abdullah is
question.
anti-national. All of a sudden, Mehbooba Mufti becomes
Inaugurated on
anti-national
3rd
for
October
BJP when she is not with
2020
them.
the Atal
And for 3
Tunnel.
years they enjoyed
It
power
was
with
Prime
them.
Minister Narendra Modi. The Atal Tunnel
This is-
connects Manali with Leh and reduces the
Talk
commuting
about
distance by
present,
46
madam.
kilometers.
Talk
It's a
about
huge thing.
2020.
It will
China
allow
has
Madam, you are
us
sidestepping my
free movement of
question
troops and
about
kilometers,
action
madam.
against Farooq Abdullah
Talk about
if his
hilly
actions are
regions and in
illegal.
border
Hold on,
sensitive
everyone
areas.
talking at
Do
the
you
same
even
time does not
understand
achieve
the
any motive.
importance of the Atal
Everyone's
Tunnel?
fader down.
No, you
Only
will not
General
raise your
Gurmeet Singh.
voice to
General
even
Gurmeet
praise
Singh,
the Modi gives
are his
government.
actions illegal? Are the actions illegal? Are the actions illegal? Is the statement illegal? Should action be taken? That's point one. And point two, are the Chinese in our territory as Salman Nizami claims?
Gaurav, firstly, certainly one would like to avoid to comment upon what the politician says. Secondly, I would say that what Dr. Farooq Abdullah has told is actually anti-India. It's against the constitution. It's against the very moment and the timing and the environment wherein we have a security challenge and a conflict with the Chinese in the East Ladakh. The timings of what he said, the intent of what he said is just not acceptable. Look, the three contents what he said while talking about Article 370, saying that Kabul nahi hai, saying unke is jor se aur madad mile. All these three combined convey us, the content which goes close to sedition, which goes very close to, subversiveness.
It's close to sedition.
From that point of view.
I will ask Sanju Verma of the Bharatiya Janata Party if the BJP will only do a press conference or take legal action against somebody who indulges in sedition, or is it only political point scoring for the BJP? But before that, Iftikhar Misgar, Farooq Abdullah also said Kashmiris would rather be ruled by the Chinese. Are you one of those Kashmiris who would rather be ruled by the Chinese?
See, Gaurav, I will not acknowledge what Farooq Abdullah has said, but let me clear you and give you 2 points on the subject. Like, he's the same man.
Would any Kashmiri want to be ruled? Would any Kashmiri want to be ruled by the Chinese? In your appreciation?
No Kashmiri wants to be ruled by China. We have already suffocated and we are already in a stress by other means. See, we have been breached constitutionally because it was not...
You mean your brothers in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, or you think your brothers in Pakistan occupied Kashmir are breathing free air? Are your brothers and sisters in Pakistan occupied Kashmir and in Gilgit and Baltistan and Baba Jan in Gilgit Baltistan, is he breathing free air? Or you have no sympathy for Baba Jan?
No Kashmiri. Gaurav, no Kashmiri is breathing fear. Let me tell you one thing, sir. When the Article 370 was revoked, I told you in so many debates that it was not a prepared move by the government. That time what the government did is
Where would you want to breathe free air, sir? Kashmir belongs to India and Kashmiris are breathing free air. Except Sanju Verma, perhaps your government, the BJP government, has failed to communicate that.
Allow me to talk.
And I come back to the question, will your government take action?
No.
Sir, I will not allow you to make seditious statements on my channel. Let's be very clear about that. Sanju Verma, you need to answer. If Farooq Abdullah's actions are seditious, will your government take action or will it only do a press conference?
Okay, Gaurav, I want to categorically state here that this government has shown its bona fide intent in many cases on umpteen occasions. Tell me honestly, did anyone think that Article 370 would one day be abrogated? Nobody thought so. But we did it, and let me assure you that Farooq Abdullah is rattled because he has an embezzlement case pending against him in the Jammu and Kashmir High Court.
I've asked you a very specific
Farooq Abdullah will get the treatment he deserves. As far as communicating Article 370 goes, Article 370 as per para 21 of the Constitution was always temporary and transitional. It should have disappeared in 1956 when the J&K Assembly was dissolved. The fact that it did not get abrogated despite the J&K Constituent Assembly getting dissolved in 1956 shows the malicious intent of the Muftis and the Abdullahs of the world. But let me assure you that today Kashmir is getting integrated into the
stay on today. I am sorry, everybody talking at the same time. I'm sorry, this will be, I don't want this to be the Tower of Babel. It cannot be a dialogue of the deaf. I will come back to the General once again. I will come back to the General once again. General, you heard what the Defence Minister said. The Defence Minister spoke of a threat from Pakistan, a threat from China. Do you see the two threats coming together, General?
Raksha Mantri has so precisely spoken regarding collusiveness between Pakistan and China. He's talked about the aspect that it's part of their mission. He's talked about that they're creating problem in the border roads. In fact, you'd recall on 15th August, Prime Minister had categorically, within one sentence, spoke of LAC and LOC. He spoke of expansionism by China and terrorism by Pakistan. In fact, in the same sentence, in fact, I would say, if you recall, 8th October, Air Force Day, the Chief of Air Staff has very categorically said, we are ready for this challenge of two fronts. And absolutely, this threat is there and we are prepared for this challenge at the moment.
You are saying we are prepared for this challenge, but are we prepared for the challenge of those within our country who are out to destabilize us? And Salman Nizami, should Farooq Abdullah have avoided a comment like seeking China's help to get Article 370 restored in Jammu and Kashmir? Does that hamper India's national interest?
I need to...
See, for me, Farooq Abdullah's statement is not important. What is important? What is important? Important is, after revocation of Article 370, you have helped Pakistan and China to push their agenda in Kashmir and Ladakh. This is the question. After revocation of Article 370, now 1,500 square kilometers have been occupied by China. They are not ready to withdraw.
Okay.
And what are we doing? We are just
clearly facts are not your strong point, Salman Nizami, on the broadcast, because China's agenda, and General Gurmeet, last 30 seconds to you, is China's agenda succeeding? Is Pakistan's agenda succeeding? When Pakistan's Air Vice Marshal is scared of a Rafale strike, आपके कान में वो बात घुसती नहीं है? पाकिस्तान डर रहा है इस समय, सलमान निजामी, या आपको बुरा लग रहा है कि पाकिस्तान को डर लग रहा है और आपको लग रहा है पाकिस्तान का एजेंडा सक्सेसफुल हो रहा है? General Gurmeet Singh, has China's agenda succeeded after Article 370?
Not at all. In fact, I would say abrogation of Article 370 is an excellent, hard decision and a resolve which has been shown by India, which was pending for last 70 years. In fact, the red lines have been drawn very carefully and clearly. And without any doubt that POK, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir.
The red lines have been drawn. General, I've run out of time on this show, but Sanju Verma of the BJP, Salman Nizami, Iftikhar Misgar and General Gurmeet, many thanks for joining me. You're absolutely right. The red lines have been drawn for China and Pakistan. The question remains, when will those red lines be drawn for those within? That's all I have time for on India First this evening. Many thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.